Grand Risings! You guys watching, make sure to like this video, subscribe, leave a comment if you pick up something you find worthy enough to leave a comment or to think about. So Cameron, you woke up this morning, you were like, man, I need to find a way in the morning to get rid of that morning sleep. That morning, I'm up, it's 5 o'clock, but I'm still kind of like, there's like this, what I've really come to recognize it as is resistance to getting the good of life in and letting go of the bad of not being able to get life in, which is like being sleepy, being tired, letting go of those types of states and emotions. So I was doing some yoga this morning. Remember, it's already been 1 week since that yoga class. So clearly something, putting things on a week schedule is good for you to make sure you keep those tenets inside of you. And so I was like, man, I was doing some yoga. And then I remembered my friend I had in the military, Jimenez. He was always training. And when I say training, I don't mean, we would go to the gym and we would work out. And he had probably some of the strongest triceps I'd ever seen. But the thing about it was, it wasn't as if he was quote unquote going to the gym. No, he was simply training. And that is something I definitely will need to adopt, is to always be training. So mind, body, spirit. When I'm talking about the mind, I'm like good ideas, good people around. Well, good ideas, good books, good information. The body is implementing these things of actually doing the yoga like I did this morning, doing the push-ups like I did this morning, hitting the jump rope, training on the training bags, just being able to go and do those exercises and just train. And not only that, it coordinates my body with my hands and with my mind. So that way my body is fully coordinated across the entire spectrum of my being. And then there's the spirit. And the spirit is like good friends, good relationships with people, relationships with myself. Money kind of comes into that aspect as well, of the mind and the spirit and producing income or bringing in income, especially when it involves other people and how income is brought in through other people. And so just training my mind, my body, my spirit is it's good for me, because then I'm like, man, yeah, I woke up and I got a little burn in this morning of just doing some yoga and some push-ups and some sit-ups. However, that's probably one of the best ways to get this sleep off. Oh, and also drinking some water. I have water here. So that's actually really cool. And I had some good ideas too as well. Yesterday, I was like, man, my group, with the social group, that's, my social circle, I was talking with one of the guys who's in the social circle, and he's in an industry which is similar to mine. Let's say conjunctive with mine. It also involves sales. So I was talking with him, and he's asking me what kind of groups am I in, and I was finding a little bit more about him. And so I'm like, man, you know what? I should ask this guy. We should just meet up. Me and him will meet up, and I was we'll just meet up and just have some lunch or something, or earlier or later on in the week. Because I was like, man, this dude seems interesting. Seems like a cool, good person with his head in the right space. So I want to have more motivated people around me. And that was the first idea, which I had just kind of man, that's use the group in ways it needs to be used. And then after I had that idea, I had a compounded idea, which was to, me and him will, let's say he agrees to meet. Me and him will meet, and I'll ask him if he minds, and I'll ask him if he minds if I invite other people from the group to just sit in on our meeting. And to just he is in my meetup group. So I'll ask other people if they want to sit in, and I am the organizer. So I'll invite other people, whether they, if they say yay, cool. If they say no, also cool. Me and him are still already set to meet. So once we do set up a date, the other idea is to just put our meeting on the calendar for the meetup group itself, so people know that they are invited to this public meeting, so to say, in so many words. Because that's part of the meetup group, to let people know that people are making connections. There is a purpose in them being there to have people, which is to have people in their social circle and know that they have social people with which they can interact with, and they can meet these people to really find out if they want them in their social circle. Friends, people who have the same aim in life, things of those nature. So that's another idea that I will definitely do, experimenting, but I'm going to do all of these. And so then also, when me and him do meet, I'll use my camera here to record a segment of our conversation, to then illustrate to other people how like the conversations are going and are worthwhile in being a part of. And that way they see like, okay, like they're missing out by not showing up to the meetings, to the meetups. And it's fear of missing out. They'll want to see like, okay, this person is clearly, this person is making waves. He's meeting people. He's interesting. They're talking about interesting topics. Like me and him will probably talk about some business or some sales or some psychology or some things in the culture we want to change or add to, or probably stuff like that. And, our past, where we came from. And that'll be really cool to just really illustrate like what exactly was happening in my social circle, my meetup group. If y'all watching, if y'all are in Atlanta, go check out Meetup, the app or the website, and look for Social Circle. It's my meetup group I've been organizing. And so that'll be really good, because going back to the strengthening the mind, body, spirit, part of the spirit is power. And power comes from connectivity with other people through relationship. So when the spirit is stronger, you are more powerful to get work done. Especially for instance, if you're a professional and you need customers and clients to know you before you can service them, you need power in the minds of people, which says, I know this person can do this in this industry. For instance, me in real estate, I know this person could be I know Cameron could be my property manager. He manages properties. I know Cameron could be my project manager. He flips houses. I know Cameron could help me buy an investment property. I know Cameron could help me buy my first house. I know Cameron could help me sell whatever property I had. So for those things to happen, people must know you. And typically it's through a network. So the social aspect of Social Circle is that network for us to, link up, provide resources with each other, have conversation, and continue to train ourselves. Every day is a new day. So as I'm training myself spiritually, mentally, physically, I'm doing exercises. I'm making sure I'm in the gym working on my physical techniques of boxing or karate or some type of martial art. And then also, I'm always reading. So my mind is there. However, I need other people to be there with me. So like book clubs. I definitely have a book I would love to do a book club on. Also, Susus, right? So we gotta get the rotating credit going, because I have dreams of owning property all over the world, like places wherever they speak Spanish, French, Arabic, Chinese, English. I want to go there and put some properties in place. But to do that, I want a group of, just specifically, I want a group of people who I know I could go to that level with. And for me to do that, rotating credit agency, Susu. So at that point, I'll have about 10 people who also are like-minded in whatever we're going to do with this money, the amount of money we're going to put towards this venture, how we're going to go forth with it. We'll set up a Susu, a rotating credit agency, to have someone basically collect money from the group to put into a pot which will then be distributed monthly to the other members of the group. So if you contribute 1,000, we have 10 members, you get $10,000 every month. Use that as down payment towards whatever property, if it's here in America or if it's overseas, because we're going global. I'm global. Y'all who are checking me out over online, somewhere else in the world, you got a great place I should go and put some money into, invest in real estate. Let me know. There are things I will never know, but I definitely won't know unless you tell me. Those are the givens in life. So with that being said, keep training, gain power. Enjoy your day.